Hello, welcome to a Christian Patriots moment. It's been a little while since I've last discussed with you matters through this medium, through video logs or vlogs as some folks call them, but it's been a special day today. We want to try to start bringing these videos back, and this seems to be a good time. It's been a special day for many around our country. This has been the day of two sunrises and two sunsets. Of course, as you will probably know, we've been talking about the eclipse when we refer to that statement there. It's been a very unique phenomenon that we have witnessed today, a very special day, and I hope that you made it a special one and took some time to be able to witness this very rare spectacle that we've been able to witness today. And this spectacle, this phenomenon that we've been able to enjoy today, brings to mind something very important as well, which is the reason for this video tonight. Again, it's almost 10 o'clock Central Time on Monday. This is August 21st, 2017, the day of the eclipse. We won't see another one for much of the country, from what I understand, until 2024. So again, a very rare phenomenon. And while looking at some articles today regarding the eclipse, I came across a very interesting one by a man by the name of Eric Metexas. He wrote an opinion article on foxnews.com's website, and the article simply headlined by "Are Solar Eclipses Proof of God?" And that's the theme of our video here this evening, as we try to get back into doing more issues and more discussions by way of vlogs. And this particular editorial was very eye-opening to me. I've actually posted it on our Christian Patriots Moment Facebook page, and so you can find it there. And for those of you who are watching us by Facebook, just simply type in Christian Patriots Moment and you'll find us there. If you're watching us by way of YouTube, just go on Facebook and again type in Christian Patriots Moment and you'll find the link to this website there. But Mr. Metexas, he says that this eclipse more or less should startle or at least perplex anyone who gives it any thought. And he says what happened has little to do with the sheer experience of being amazed by it, as we must be before thinking about it, though we should perhaps simply Google or goggle at it, at the monumental majesty of these monstrosely large heavenly orbs, both of which we typically take mostly for granted. And we do. I mean, the sun rises and it sets, and the moon comes out. We know it's there, but we often take it for granted. But he poses the question, is it not remarkable that these ever-present objects, though separated by nearly 100 million miles, should once in a very great while perform this curiously perfect dance that he describes it as? I'm not going to read the whole article for you. Again, it's linked on our Facebook page. But one of the key points he makes here, he says, so this sort of thing doesn't happen anywhere else in our solar system. What he means by that, he breaks this article down talking about the math and the reality, the science behind the sun and the moon. And he talks about the reason why it doesn't happen anywhere else in our solar system is because pretty much all the other planets in our solar system either have multiple moons or no moons at all. And so he's saying this sort of thing does not happen anywhere else in our solar system because of the distance that the moon has to be. He goes on to say that, but our planet has just one moon, and that happens to be just the right size and the right distance from the Earth to allow the moon to actually blot out the sun once every 18 months, as it does. Very rare for us to see it in our part of the country. We had a great vantage point here in Middle Tennessee. We were very blessed right here in Cookeville, where we did not have any clouds that I can recall. We didn't have any clouds at our vantage point, and I'm not aware of any other areas in our county, in Putnam County, where we had seen any clouds at all. Fortunately, down in Nashville, I understand at the Adventure Science Center and some other places, they had some cloud cover. There were storms in South Carolina, Missouri, maybe Iowa, from what I understand, Nebraska. We were very, very blessed here in Middle Tennessee. We had great vantage point. We had the area of totality, that 70-mile wide area of totality, come right over a large area of our region. So we were very, very blessed, and definitely a life-changing experience, as most people had told us beforehand that it would be who have experienced these things before. But again, I won't read all of this again. in this article, but I encourage you to go read. Very thought-provoking. And he concludes this article by saying, so can the sun's and moon's diameters and distances from Earth be merely coincidentally matched up this perfectly? Everything about it makes that seem ridiculous, but of course you can decide that for yourself. That's a theme that he writes throughout this article, that the reader must decide for themselves what they believe. And then he mentioned 3,000 years ago, a man in Israel wrote, the heavens declare the glory of God, the skies proclaim the work of his hands. That man did not have a telescope or a Britannica, the encyclopedia obviously, but he saw something many of us today still do not see. He saw a God behind it all. That may be true that seeing a grand designer behind these breathtaking events requires what we call a leap of faith, but he goes on, but it may be also true that seeing mere coincidence behind them requires an even greater leap of faith. And in his mind, he says much greater, but on Monday, you may be the judge. He wrote this before the actual eclipse. And I find that to be true myself. If you would say that this was by happen chance, that the moon just happens to be from a distance to the sun where, and the size where it could just barely cover it, and just everything that's around us, if you think this is all by happen chance, you have found a great faith, even though you may claim to not be a believer in something. You maybe claim to be what they call an atheist. But if you believe those things, you have taken a great leap of faith, much greater than it takes to believe in a grand designer of all the wonderful blessings that we have around us. It seems to me to be more logical and more of a reasonable explanation to have a great designer or creator God that's put everything in motion for a purpose. And that purpose also brings peace of mind, and it brings peace of heart as well. And so I would encourage those who watch this to, again, go to our Facebook page, Christian Patriots Moment, and find the link to this article and see what you think for yourself. But I believe if you look at events like this eclipse, it is easy and it's reasonable to find peace in just that awe of a grand creator that's put everything in motion for a grand purpose, and just what an amazing feeling that is to realize that's the purpose behind everything, and it's just a very great, amazing blessing. We will close up this video, this moment. We will bring another issue by way of video very soon. We again thank you for your time, and thank you for listening in this evening on the Christian Patriots Moment. Have a blessed start to the week.